the Chimera Ant arc. To the uninitiated, it sounds like just another battle shonen storyline. Bugs against humans. Good against evil. But for those of us who have walked through that abyss, we know the truth. This arc isn't about saving the world. It is a psychological horror story about the deconstruction of humanity. It has been over a year since I first watched this arc, yet the ghosts of it still hunt me. The imagery is burned into my retina. I'm not just talking about the gore, though Ponzu's brutal execution and the sickening sound of Pitou probing Pakkal's brain for information on Nen are scenes that would make a horror movie director blush. No, I am talking about something far more terrifying. I am talking about the slow, agonizing realization that the hero of our story was becoming the monster. We watched the Chimera Ants slowly gain humanity, learning names, learning love, learning strategy. And in a terrifying parallel, we watched Gon Freecss, the bright-eyed boy who just wanted to find his dad, shed his humanity layer by layer until nothing was left but a void of pure, concentrated malice. Today, we aren't just recapping the arc. We are answering the question that shook the Hunter x Hunter verse: was Gon cursed from the start? And to answer that, we have to look at the entity known as Adult Gon, the involvement of the Dark Continent, and the horrific price of power. When we see Adult Gon, that towering, long-haired deity of destruction, it is easy to think, oh, he just got a power-up because he was angry. But that is a surface-level reading. Togashi does not write simple power-ups. My theory is that Adult Gon wasn't created in that moment. Adult Gon was always there. He was a sleeping beast, living inside the shadows of Gon's psyche, waiting to be fed. Think about Gon's personality. He is an enhancer. In the world of Nen, enhancers are typically simple, loud, and driven by instinct. Think Uvagin or Nobunaga. But Gon is strangely calm. He is observant. He suppresses his emotions until they explode. This suppression is the key. Every time Gon failed in his life, he didn't just get over it. He took that shame, that weakness, and he deposited it into a mental bank account. When he was humiliated by Hanzo in the exams, deposit. When he cried after Hisoka gave him the badge, deposit. When he was too weak to stop the Phantom Troop, deposit. When Knuckles' bankruptcy forced him into a state of Zetsu, powerless for 30 days, a massive deposit. Gon hates failure more than he loves victory. He has been saving up this negative currency since he was a child. It's like putting $5 into a jar every day for a decade. Eventually, you have a fortune, or in Gon's case, a fortune of hatred. To understand why the bank vault finally opened, we have to talk about Kite. Gon's psychology is fragile. He grew up without a father. When he met Kite, he didn't just see a mentor. He saw the closest link to Jing he had ever known. He imprinted on Kite like a baby bird. When Kite stayed behind to fight Pitou, the naive Gon, the child Gon, convinced himself that Kite was alive. This was his defense mechanism. But when he finally met him and saw the puppet, the defense mechanism shattered. This is the moment the sleeping beast woke up. It wasn't just sadness. It was the realization of ultimate failure. He had failed to protect the one person who connected him to his father. The child Gon couldn't handle that trauma. So the adult Gon, the entity fed by years of self-loathing, began to take the wheel. The palace invasion is where the horror peaks. When Gon confronts Pitou, look at him. Really look at him. This isn't the protagonist. He is threatening to murder Komugi, a blind, defenseless girl, just to get what he wants. He is willing to crush Killua's heart with his cold words. Melioran, a chimera ant with the instinct of a prey animal, saw it first. He looked at Gon and didn't see a boy. He saw a bottomless pit. He saw a monster. Pitou made a fatal error. Pitou thought she was negotiating with a human. But when she finally confessed, "I'm sorry, but this guy is already dead," she wasn't speaking to a human anymore. She broke the lock on the vault. We have seen Nin contracts before. Kurapika put a chain on his heart to kill spiders. Franklin cut off his fingertips to shoot bullets. This is the law of equivalent exchange. But what Gon did, this was not a contract. This was a suicide note. Gon didn't just trade his life, he traded his potential. He told the Nin, I don't care if I never use Nen again. I don't care if I die. Give me everything I would ever have right now. He forcibly aged his body decades in a single instant. He withdrew every ounce of currency from that bank of malice he had been filling since episode 1. The result was a being that transcended the boundaries of human capability. He didn't just defeat Pitou. He obliterated a royal guard who was arguably stronger than Netero in raw aura. But notice the tragedy. Even as he bashed Pitou's skull in, he was crying. Why? Because adult Gon is just the physical manifestation of Gon's sorrow and self-hatred. This brings us to the most terrifying realization, one that many fans miss. After the fight, Gon was a husk. He was worse than dead. He was in a state that an exorcist described as impossible to heal. The only person or thing that could save him was Aluka Zoldyck, or rather, the entity inside her, Nanika. We know now, thanks to the manga, that Nanika is likely an entity from the Dark Continent, specifically the gaseous lifeform known as AI. The Dark Continent is a place where the laws of physics and nature are twisted. It is a place of calamities. The fact that it took a Dark Continent calamity to undo the damage Gon did to himself proves how unnatural adult Gon was. Gon's transformation was, in itself, a calamity in his own way. He twisted the natural laws of time and biology. Only a creature from the Dark Continent, a creature of infinite wish, could counteract a creature of infinite despair. It wasn't a doctor healing a patient. It was one monster recognizing another. When Nanika healed Gon, the backlash was massive. The sheer amount of Nen released was felt by Illumi and Hisoka miles away. It required an immense power to reset Gon's bank account back to zero. Gon is healed now. He smiles. He apologizes to Killua. He meets his dad. He can't use Nen anymore, and he seems to have returned to being a normal boy. But I have to ask you, did the beast truly vanish? We know that Nen gets stronger after death. We know that extreme emotions carve pathways into the soul. Gon has tasted absolute power. He has tasted the darkness. Can a person who has become a god of destruction ever truly go back to being a normal kid? Or is the adult Gon persona simply sleeping again? The bank account is empty for now. But every day that Gon lives, every new failure, every new frustration, is he starting to make deposits again? Togashi never writes a transformation without a cost. The cost wasn't just losing his Nen. The cost might be that Gon now knows exactly what he is capable of when he stops caring about his own life. What do you think? Is Gon free? Or is he just reloading? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this dive into the nightmare of Hunter x Hunter, smash that like button and subscribe. It gives me the strength to keep teaching you the secrets of Nen. Until next time, treat the little detours as the main event. Peace.